All right, so in this video, I'm going to talk about the exact things that are holding you back in your weight loss journey, in your fitness journey, and what's really going on inside your health. It's much more than calories in, calories out, you obviously know. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you the clear issues, the exact problems that are going on, physiological damages that are going on internally from chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, insulin resistance, and all types of issues that are causing your symptoms. Okay, so if you this is for you if you are chronically fatigued, have brain fog, insomnia, hair loss, dry skin, can't build muscle, you look loose, nothing is working to get you to feel well. Okay, and I want you to understand that there's a root cause to everything. No matter what you're struggling in life, you can't build muscle, you can't lose weight, you're dealing with hypothyroidism, autoimmune conditions, Hashimoto's, you're dealing with IBS, you're dealing with IBD, Crohn's, you're dealing with all types of chronic health conditions. There's a root cause to that. And I solve all of them head on. And so let's get into it. So, like I said, there are four primary drivers with inside the body that cause these health problems. Number one is chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is pretty much when the body is so inflamed for too long that systems start to downregulate. And once you start to understand that the body is a dynamic system, you can understand that, when you're dealing with these issues, that it affects systems within inside your body. So what I mean by that is that if you do have chronic inflammation, it affects your gut, it affects your thyroid, it affects your insulin, it affects your sex hormones like testosterone, progesterone, estrogen, DHEA, FSH, LH. It messes with all of this. Okay. The next is catabolic state. Now this is the underrated one. And then a catabolic state means the body is breaking down its own tissue for energy rather than you know using its stored fat for energy, essentially. And what happens is that we continue to work out, we continue to train, we continue to undereat because we want to look a specific way, we want to look good for something or someone. And what happens is that our body starts to internally downregulate, break down its own muscle tissue, and then cause an array of issues. Number three is insulin resistance. Now, obviously, this is tying in with obesity, diabetes, metabolic syndrome, you could say, which is like the number one killer, which is the number one killer within the United States. Okay, and then you have oxidative stress, which is more relevant than ever before because oxidative stress is talking about the toxins in our environment, the liver in its load, all of it. So let's get into how do you even have these chronic inflammations. The sad diet, you're eating all these toxic food. And it's not even just like when you talk about the sad diet, we're not talking about just, going out to McDonald's. We're talking about, the food additives, the food preservatives, okay, these fake foods, these fake sugars, artificial sweeteners that are destroying the gut microbiome and inflaming you systemically. Excess body fat, food intolerances, wheat, gluten, soy, dairy, people that don't even know that they're, sensitive to these foods get this immunological inflammatory response that causes them to be sick. Nutrient deficiencies, emotional stress, and trauma. I cannot tell you the amount of times that it is the emotional stress within inside your body, the trauma that you haven't addressed yet that is causing your chronic health issue. That is causing your chronic health issue. That is causing your chronic health issue. All right, three times so you remember. Catabolic state. Emotional stress, physical stress, intense physical activity, strict diets, fasting, inadequate nutrition. Now, this should be, a no-brainer on, pretty much when you become malnourished, you become in a catabolic state. Insulin resistance. Too high of insulin for too long, obviously. Your body keeps pumping out insulin because you keep eating a lot of high refined carbohydrates. You eat a lot of high palatable foods that are filled with high fructose corn syrup, sugar, okay, and it just keeps insulin elevated. Okay, environmental toxins also cause inflammation within inside the body, causes insulin resistance. Then oxidative stress, big one. Environmental toxins, pesticides, okay, heavy metals, mold, mycotoxins, all these cause oxidative stress on the cellular level. So mitochondrial dysfunction is what you would see here. So when we talk about diet and nutrition, which is the main cause to a lot of things, is because our body is such an burden in the foods that we're eating. We're not eating correctly. We're eating things that are higher in FODMAP that are destroying our gut, and we don't even know about it. We are eating things that are low calorie, but they're actually filled with things that ferment on the gut, like artificial sweeteners, and then inflame us because we are adding food additives. Okay, so diet and nutrition is important in this aspect. And so we need to understand that if you're eating wrong, if you're not eating the adequate amount of calories needed, you're not eating the right macronutrients needed, and you're not eating the right specific, micronutrients needed to, adequately heal your body and optimize your body, then obviously and definitely you will have a lot of health issues. Because we need to understand this, and it's more than just whole food, because there are many people that don't understand that even if they're eating whole food, they can still get these issues because there's high FODMAP foods that carry a lot of fermentation that feed into the gut that you have to avoid for a specific time. Okay, gluten, okay, really, it causes people to have inflammation, immunological responses. Okay, higher fiber, specific plants, all these things matter. Okay, nuts, seeds. So we need to, focus on things that are going to lower the inflammation, not only within our body, but in the GI tract, and things like that. And so we look about it, all these things tie together. So when we look at these systems within the body, we got primarily, I just put 4 systems right here. You have your hormones, like sex hormones, I should say, because thyroid is a hormone. It's technically cortisol is as well. So we're talking about sex hormones here. Okay, so we have the gut. So, when you're eating a processed food diet, you're highly stressed out. You have tons of inflammation that inevitably will slow down your digestive secretion. You're also going to, create more of a sterile, which you would call it, acidic environment for your gut, which then promotes overgrowth, unfortunately. So you deal with, small intestinal bacteria overgrowth, but you as the viewer of this video get labeled as IBS, so it's unfortunate. The adrenals. So you have stages of adrenal fatigue, and many people are going through all stages at all times. No one's ever, perfect. But most of the times when stress becomes chronic, okay, the cortisol either is staying high and elevated, which then messes up thyroid, your sex hormones, and also your gut. Okay, but then it also impacts, your well-being, your emotional health, your mental health. Next is thyroid. High stress, inflammation, poor gut health all impact thyroid. Toxins as well. All impact thyroid conversion, thyroid synthesis. You pretty much go into hypothyroid, or unfortunately what happens is that Hashimoto's occurs. This is when the immune system is attacking the thyroid gland. Sex hormones. You are infertile. You can't lose weight. You have, weight gain. You look watery. Your sex hormones pretty much regulate your motivation, your mood, your energy, and your ability to burn, build muscle and burn fat. So when those are, taking a hit from all these other issues that we mentioned before, then and definitely you can get all these problems. So last thing, what to do next. So what you need to do is you need to find the uproot cause, and majority of the time it's more than just one. It could be chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, and then catabolic state. So the thing is usually it's a combination of everything. So how do you even start? Well, like I said, I think most people will tell you to go get lab testing done, go get blah, blah, blah done, take all these random detox supplements. Now, no, start with your diet and your lifestyle. So get adequate hydration in daily, 1 gallon plus or something around there. Get whole foods in, okay? But if you feel like you're feeling, bloated after specific healthy meals, like eating like broccoli, I know is higher in FODMAP and things like that, then you want to stick to a low FODMAP type diet. After that, you want to stick to whole food diet, fruits, vegetables, proteins, meats, all that. And then after that, you want to, get adequate sleep in, get sunlight, get exercise and movement in, the foundational stuff. And then you can work into the internal stuff. So whether that be, even like journaling, gratitude journey and things like that for you to emotionally feel better, but also looking at things like, just looking at, depending on what you're struggling with specifically, looking at functional lab testing. Okay, you can look at a full thyroid panel if you suspect thyroid, so like specific symptoms that you're feeling with, like dry hair, dry skin, chronic brain fog. Okay, you can get a Dutch hormone test to test your cortisol levels, and then also your other sex hormones like DHEA, progesterone, testosterone. Okay, you can get other lab panels that I can actually provide for you, and I'll link in the description to help you with pinpointing what the true root cause to your health issue is. and then using some like other detoxification products to help with the toxic burden that we live in today. But I hope you found this video useful. And then if you need any help, you need to get to the root cause, heal your body from the inside out, and finally look good and feel good, then I am for you. If you need any help, please let me know. Just message me. Check out my other information. Check out my other YouTube. I post daily on every platform. So just keep up and just let me know if you need it. Let's go.